Can everybody's videos please turn on?
Recording in progress.
Anandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisam Tattvamasya Adilakshan Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Hello everyone. I welcome everybody sitting in two-way video conference, all the social media platforms. We are continuing with series 11, Bhagavad Gita. All the series is about the formless form, the divine form, experience, and darshan. So before we start the class, Sonal, please send me the incident. I will read. Relive this incident. Please understand, Sonal, don't remember. Relive it when the session is going on. Relive it and imagine that Sri Krishna is listening to you. You are sharing with Bhagavan Sri Krishna. The completion will start happening. And everybody else also, whoever wants healing, just put your awareness in the area where you want healing and just listen to the class and Bhagavan will heal you. So before we start the class, let us first pray to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanooramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Here, Bhagavan and Arjuna stop speaking completely Then Bhagavan started giving darshan. Then Sanjaya interpreted what he saw. And now Arjuna started speaking again. He was describing Bhagavan. How Bhagavan's radiance is more powerful than 1,000 suns, blazing and dazzling. Excuse me. Impossible to look at even with his newly initiated divine eye. Please understand, what Arjuna sees is beyond any sensory perception. Something that could be experienced in that moment in time and which is impossible to express. Now, suddenly, the scene changed. Arjuna is very disturbed. Arjuna is in fear. Until now, Arjuna was saying, there was no beginning, middle, or end to you, Bhagavan. Your form is touching the sky. This is an indication that Arjuna is settling, coming down from the experience. What Arjuna sees is disturbing him. Arjuna is saying, O all-pervading Vishnu, I see with your many radiating colors burning fire in your gaping mouth, heating up the entire universe with radiance. Touching the sky and your form unnerves me. My heart trembles in fear, and I have no courage or peace to behold you. Until now, Arjuna was saying there was no beginning, middle, or end. Now he is saying something else. That means what? He's settling down from the experience. He's saying, I'm seeing your gaping mouth, your great glowing eyes. Overcome by fear, I can no longer maintain my mental steadiness or equilibrium. Please understand. As long as you want to maintain the equilibrium of your mind, you will be in this mad world. There is no such thing as equilibrium. What we think of as equilibrium is not so. Arjuna says he wants equilibrium, meaning that he wants his mind to be under his intellectual control. He wants to know the cause and effect and feel that they are in his control. Understand? As long as these are under your control, you feel as if you are a leader. Your ego is strong. But the moment these are taken away from you, you feel at a loss and no more a leader. You are just a drop in the ocean. He is afraid of that and is not able to stay in that same state. The wave in the ocean, just a moment. I don't know at what time we started this series 11. Always some interruption. Anyhow. Okay, I'm scanning the screen now. Mary's. I want to see little more light will be good for healing. Michael, after a long time. Please understand, the wave in the ocean is part of the ocean. As long as it feels itself to be part of the ocean, there is no separation. However, when the wave experiences its own identity, creates its own identity, please listen, all of you who have any incompletions, listen this paragraph carefully. If you cognize this, you will go beyond any incompletion with person, with situation, with anything. The problem is, we never understand the powerful cognitions, but we do some technique or the other. We'll try to get out of temporarily from some problem. No, because whatever is inside you, you are attracting again and again. You may clear this problem. You may get healing for this problem, but tomorrow you are going to attract something else. It's coming from within. That is why I'm telling you, you don't have to do any technique. All you need to do is just sit, cognize this truth. Not intellectual understanding. I'm saying cognizing the truth. And just like that, it will become your life. The moment the higher truth becomes your life, all the incompletions are dead snakes. They cannot bite you anymore. Please understand. Listen carefully. The wave in the ocean is part of the ocean. As long as it feels itself to be part of the ocean, there is no separation. However, when the wave experiences its own identity, creates its own identity, it no longer feels itself a part of the ocean. It feels itself to be a separate entity, just like us. We are part of this whole. As long as we feel we are part of this whole, we are not separated. But the moment we started having our own identity, I am Shri, I am Samantha, I am Michael, I am Sonal, I am Bhavana. The moment we have an individual identity, we started feeling we are separate entity. Please understand, when somebody does something to us, this I in us is what is getting hurt. The me. How can this person do this to me? What is happening to me? Hare, how can this difficulty come to me? That me, I, is what is putting us in suffering. So this wave started feeling it's a separate entity. When it is time to merge back into that ocean, it is afraid. Because it started feeling it is separate, when the waves work is over and has to merge back into the ocean, it started getting afraid. When it looks back at the ocean with a feeling of separation, it feels afraid. Please understand, we are also like that. When Arjuna had his first glimpse of the cosmic vision of Sri Kṛṣṇa, he identified with the vision. So there was no separation. Now, suddenly there is separation. Along with separation, there is fear. Understand, everybody? See, when we see somebody, anybody who is relating with us, who is in front of us, the scene which you are seeing, it is the reflection of you, extension of you. If you feel cheated, if you feel exploited, if you feel anything, look inside. Look inside. When did you have that first feeling of exploitation? Why did you have? What did you perceive in such a way that you started feeling that way? You don't have to do any completion. Just look at it. It will melt. Many times, understand, you can use this technique. Instead of using a completion or a healing technique to something, if you increase your frequency, that will become too small in front of you and it will drop. So I will suggest for people, don't sit and try to solve anything. Don't try to complete anything. Just expand your inner space. Purify your inner space with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching. I am telling you, you cannot even see them anymore inside you. That is why everyday powerful cognition is very important. One dose of powerful cognition that will put you in hold for the whole day. When Arjuna had his first glimpse of the cosmic vision of Sri Krishna, he identified with the vision itself. That is why he never felt separate. He didn't have fear. He was only at awe. But now suddenly there is separation. With this comes fear. So what is Arjuna saying now? In between, I will keep switching off the video so that the internet gets stable, okay? So what is it that Arjuna feeling now? I'll do the verse. Om damstra karalani chate mukhani drushtvaiva kalanalasanibhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma prasida devesa jagannivasa. This means having seen your fearsome mouths with blazing tusks like the fire of the end of the universe, I know not the four directions, nor do I find peace. O Lord of the Deva, O refuge of the universe, be gracious. Arjuna is trembling to see the Vishwarupa. The next verse. Om amichatvam dhritarashtrasya putraah sarve sahaivavanipalasamghaihi bhishmo drona sutaputrastadhasau sahasmadiyairapi yodhamukhaihi om vaktrani te Tvaramana vishanti damshtra karalani bhayanakani kechidvilagna dashanantareshu samdrusyante churnitairuttamangai. This is 2 verses. This means all the sons of Dhritarashtra with many kings of the earth, Bhishma, Drona, the son of the charioteer, Kṛṣṇa, with our warrior chieftains, they are into your mouths with terrible tusks, fearful to behold. They are entering. Some are seen caught in the gaps between the tusks and their heads crushed. Oh my God. Seeing all these people, Dhritarashtra, sons of Dhritarashtra, Drona, Kṛṣṇa, everybody are entering into what? The mouths with terrible tusks. And some people are caught in the gaps between the tusks and their heads are being crushed. The next verse. Om yadha nadinam bahavom bhunvegah samudramevabhimukhadраvanti tadha tavami varalokavira visanti vaktranyabhivijwalanti. This means even as many torrents of rivers flow towards the ocean, so too these warriors in the world of men enter your flaming mouths. See, previously the description was different. Now the description has changed. The track. Did you see? And the next verse. Om yadha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nasaya samruddha vegaah tadhaiva nasaya visanti lokaah Tavapi Bhaktrani Samruddha Vegaha. He's saying, just as moths hurriedly rush into the fire for their own destruction, so too these creatures rush hastily into your mouths of destruction. So that means here Bhagavan is showing his third head of destruction. Understood? The next verse. Om lelihyase grasamanaha samantat lokan samagran vadanairjvaladbhihi tejobhirapurya jagat samagram bhasastavograh pratapanti Vishnu. This means swallowing all worlds on every side with your flaming mouths. You lick in enjoyment. Oh my God. Oh Vishnu, your fierce rays are burning, filling the whole world with radiance. The next verse. Om Akhyahi Meko Bhavanugrarupo Namostute Devavara Prasida Vijñātumiccāmi bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. This means, tell me who you are, so fierce in form. Salutations to you, O Supreme, have mercy. Indeed, I know not your purpose, but I desire to know you, the original being. God. Now Arjuna is experiencing the third head of Paramashiva. Whether you call Vishnu or Paramashiva, both same. Third head of destruction he is experiencing now. He must be so terrified on that war field, seeing all this, isn't it? In between, I pause because I'm scanning the screens, okay? Don't wonder what am I doing, stopping. Because healing should be going on. I'm seeing each person. Okay. See, please understand, in these verses, Arjuna expresses his discomfort. Arjuna says earlier, I see, O Lord, all the manifestations of Shiva, Aditya, Vasu, and Vishwadeva, Ashwin, Marut, Gandharva, the forefathers, Yaksha, Asura, and all the celestial beings and demigods, all rolled in you in wonder, all part of your cosmic consciousness. Whatever you are is divine energy. O mighty armed one, all the planets with all the demigods are disturbed, shaken by your form with many faces, eyes, arms, legs, thighs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. As they are disturbed, so am I. Arjuna is saying, everybody are disturbed, so am I. Now, he slowly comes down. From this verse, we should say Arjuna Uvacha, meaning Arjuna says. It is no longer the divine state that Arjuna talks from. Previously, he was talking from a divine state, Arjuna also, when he initially had the darshan. But now, he slowly came down to the human plane, settling down. See what is happening during the darshan. First, we learnt about what qualifications, whether seeing divine form is possible or not. But now what are we learning? While darshan is happening, what is happening? See what all turmoils Arjuna is going through during the darshan. First ecstasy, now fear. It is no longer the divine state from which Arjuna is talking. The moment he started feeling fear, he descended to his normal state. You should understand that it is only your fear that separates you from cosmic consciousness. Understanding? Suppose we lost something. Suppose somebody cheated something. The fear is there that what will happen tomorrow? What further something happens? What we lose something? Always fear. So you should understand here, the fear is the only thing which entered into Arjuna now, and suddenly he is in normal state. He is not in the divine state anymore. That means it is only your fear that separates you from cosmic consciousness. When Arjuna says, so am I, pravyatitas tathaham, that he is frightened. He becomes Arjuna, the man. Before, he was not the mere Arjuna. Now, after fear entered, he is just mere Arjuna, the man. Understand? Everybody, look inside you, all incompletions, everything. Major part is behind it is fear. If you want, look at it. The moment you realize it, the moment experientially when you realize it, many incompletions will drop. They'll get completed. But of course, this is not an overnight thing. One more thing, this is not a magic, any technique. Because years together, janmas together, births together, we accumulated all this. How can it disappear in just one moment? Yes, it will. With initiation of Swamiji. And if we are in that complete oneness with Swamiji, yes, it will. But unfortunately, we are not. Like a pendulum, we are moving from past to future, past to future. Guilt from past, fear of future. Please understand, fear is the destroyer of ecstasy. Fear is the destroyer of ecstasy. Many of our reactions in day-to-day life too, just one small streak of fear enters into us. We don't even know that it is fear. Hare Baba, we hit the roof. The way we react. I see many people. Naturally, if you put a neem seed, how can you get mango? If you are abusing somebody, how can you get respect in return? I never understand that. One thing I don't understand, my experience. Please understand. If you don't want to take one bad word from anybody, first you don't use. Either you be like that. Otherwise, if by chance you're using, then be very open to receive from others the same thing. Then why do we become sensitive? See, it is not that dharma is different from for other person and dharma is different for us. Both same. From USA, how much distance UK is? From UK, USA is also same distance. Can it change? No. Our compulsory reactionary disorder, reacting to every situation, every person, everything with something or the other. I'm not talking about outer reaction, inside. Understand me? Oh God. Before I go further, I remember one thing. See, Draupadi, wife of this Arjuna. See, Arjuna and his brothers, they are 5 people, Pandavas. They marry one lady, Draupadi. Please understand, even if she married 5 people, she is sacred, chaste. How? She's born from fire. She walked out of the fire. She is not born like us from a person's womb. Yajñaseni, she's born, walked out of the fire. And every single year, 1 year when she was with one husband, understand, before she goes to the second husband, she becomes ashes in the fire and she is reborn again, walk out of the fire again. Imagine what a tapasvi, what a yogini, what a God, what a lady. That's why she was such a close friend of Sri Kṛṣṇa. She is a dear Sakhi of Sri Kṛṣṇa. What a chaste woman she is. That Draupadi, in the some gamble game, this opposite team, the blind king's sons, the bad sons, Duryodhana, they will try to disrobe her in middle of the court. Remove her clothes. But of course, Kṛṣṇa will protect. Nobody can touch a chaste woman. What do you say? So anyhow, this whole scene of trying to disrobe and then Kṛṣṇa protects and all this is over. She goes into her room or whatever, locks herself. Then nobody can even see her. Only Kṛṣṇa can open the door. And Kṛṣṇa will come, opens the door, and she falls at his feet. And she asks, what did I do? Why did I have to go through this? What karma? What theory of karma you're going to tell me? What is your karma theory? What did I do? He will tell her, this is just a happening. You did not do anything. This is actually the sin of Duryodhana. She'll be shocked. I went through this humiliation. What do you mean that this is sin of Duryodhana? He says, one sinful act will attract further bigger sinful act. So the bad Duryodhana, whatever sins he did, it attracted him to do such a big sinful act of disrobing, trying to disrobe her, that literally their whole Vamsha, means whole brothers, everybody got destroyed because they touched her. His destruction made him do that sinful act. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, it is his sin which attracted to make him do this bigger sin. Till now, you did not do any karma. This is just a happening which happened to you. But the response, the reaction which comes from inside you will decide whether you will get bound to this karma or not. God. If you get revengeful reaction that, hey Duryodhana, me, the chaste woman you touched, let you burn. If this is the reaction you get, then you will be bound to this karma. But if you want to be liberated and free from this karma, your reaction should be, Hare, I am Samradni, Maharani, queen of this kingdom. If I am treated this way, how can normal women in this society be treated? So let me work for the women's betterment, so that any woman on this planet Earth should not be going through this kind of humiliation. So work for the enrichment of that women, for the society. If to enrich those people, if in that process Duryodhana gets killed in your hands, then that karma will not touch you. But for your personal revenge, if he gets killed, you will be bound to the karma. Many times we may not be the reason for the wrong happenings in our life, but the way we respond, the way we react is in our hands, isn't it? The way we respond to the situation and the people is in our hands. If our response to that other person's bad act is to enrich the world and the society, whatever you went through, others should not go through. If it is for the enrichment of the society and people and humanity, then that karma will never touch you. You'll never be bound. So it's all in your response. How you respond to life. How you respond to the others. Anyhow, I'll continue the verse. Oh God, it's getting late again. There are two things that make you a human. Understand? See, no doubt you are Paramashiva. All of us are. But still, what is it which is making us human? Two things. The instinct inside us to possess and the instinct to survive. To possess, to survive. The instinct to survive arises out of fear. From the Swadhisthana Chakra, fear energy center in our body, which is 2 inches lower than our navel area. The instinct to survive arises out of fear from Swadhisthana Chakra, and the instinct to possess comes out of greed from the Mooladhara Chakra, which is greed energy center in your body, in the root center. spine, root center. This sums it up. These two things sums it up. All incompletions come from these two only. Major key point is revealed to you for your completion. Now see, is it out of greed or fear? Where is it coming from? Whatever you went through. Here the instinct to survive has appeared and he has become Arjuna, the man. We do not understand that when we drop the instinct to survive, we become Kṛṣṇa. Wow. You know what? Yesterday, one participant, I think, not yesterday, day first day. My day one Guru Gita, I believe, whole night he listened 7 times. I was shocked. Day one, the session which I gave, the Guru Gita, he heard 7 times. That must have took 8 hours to finish, 8 or 9 hours. He was saying, I was so overwhelmed. Then day 2 Guru Gita also, he heard 5-6 times. I really felt happy. Even one person, if they're taking something in like that, it's worth it, isn't it? Any number of hours I can sit here for everybody. Understand? The instinct to survive makes you Arjuna, the man. The dropping of the instinct to survive, we become Sri Kṛṣṇa. We exist forever. We become Bhagavan, the universal consciousness. But most often, we hold on to the instinct to survive. Now, Arjuna slowly comes down and becomes Arjuna, the man. Arjuna exclaims, I see all the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, Bhishma, Drona, Kṛṣṇa, and other chief soldiers, rushing into your fearful mouths. Understand, all this Divya Darshan happened before the battle, not after the battle. Here, before the battle, in this Divya Darshan, Arjuna is already seeing that the enemy people who are right in front of his eyes, here they are entering into fearful mouths of Kṛṣṇa, getting trapped, head smashed. How come? On one side they are in front, but here if he sees in the Divya Darshan, he's already seeing these people are dead, got crushed. I see some trapped with their heads smashed between your teeth, ground into nothing. He describes the whole scene. He sees the heavy losses on both sides. His own side, his warriors and generals, but even heavier losses on the other side, including Bhishma, who is invincible, Drona and Kṛṣṇa, who are unconquerable. Nobody can conquer them. He's seeing these 3 people also getting crushed. By inference, he sees his own victory in the end. He sees his own victory also. In the beginning, Arjuna sees what he wished to see. He sees what he believes to be the cosmic form of the great Vishnu in his traditional attire and weapons, surrounded by gods and sages. Anybody will visualize God that way only, no? Vishnu. So initially what he wanted to see, he saw. The form changed suddenly into a terrifying one of death, all consuming and terror inspiring, to which the entire universe bowed down in fear. From this macro perspective, Arjuna comes down to see the same destruction being played out at the level of the battlefield at Kurukshetra, even before the Kurukshetra started, even before the fight started. He saw easily his enemies getting crushed. He is having victory. His enemies, the great warriors, arrayed against him in battle, fly into the gaping mouth of destruction like moths into fire. Arjuna sees with convincing reality the destruction of all the great warriors who would have been expected to give him trouble. However, the scene does not fill him with peace and comfort. Even if he is seeing his own victory, still this scene did not fill him with peace and comfort. Because Arjuna is terrified at this vision of destruction. The destruction of those whom he perceives as his mortal enemies leaves him with no comfort. Please understand, the truth is that Arjuna is not in control. He has no clue about what is happening to him and around him. He is in the presence of a primal force before which all that is obvious is his own insignificance. Victory and defeat seem to make no difference. The vision of destruction implies that he too is mortal. So Arjuna is terrified. He's asking, "Who are you?" Ask Arjuna, "What are you here for?" He's asking Kṛṣṇa. He's saying, "Who are you? What are you here for? What are you doing? You are so fierce. You are not the form I asked for. There seems to be some mistake." Arjuna asks, "Show me your Divya divine form." But when Kṛṣṇa opens his universal form, he's saying, "What are you? Who are you? What are you doing? You are so fierce. You are not the form I asked for. There seems to be some mistake. Hello, there seems to be some mistake." He's telling to God. Some misunderstanding happened, Bhagavan. I see men appearing into you as rivers rush into the mighty oceans, like moths rushing into fire. I see creatures speed into destruction within you. You are not the compassionate Lord whose glories I heard from you. See, understand, before giving this Divya Darshan, remember the last series, Sri Krishna talks about his own glories to Arjuna, the whole series. So here Arjuna is taunting him. He's saying, "You are not the compassionate Lord whose glories I heard from you yourself. You are not who I thought you were. I needed you to comfort me, console me. Instead, you are terrifying me. Have mercy upon me." Understand. Have mercy upon me. So, we will discuss what is this ultimate fear and how does Bhagavan react to this. We will discuss in the next class, that is on Monday. Next week, Monday, we will discuss it. I think next week, Monday is, what is it? Is it August 2nd or 3rd? And but tomorrow again we'll be continuing with Sri Guru Gita. Please don't miss it. It's too overwhelming. Sri Guru Gita, do not miss it. Even if you missed last week 3 classes, this week please don't miss. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you'll be having Sri Guru Gita. Same time, same room. Okay. Now we will see different face of universe. In Bhagavad Gita, we saw something else. Tomorrow we'll be seeing a different facet of universe. So I will see you all tomorrow, same time, sharp. Please connect quickly tomorrow. Okay. So we will end Bhagavad Gita now because there's going to be a gap. We will pray to Bhagavan again, Sri Kṛṣṇa, and we will end it. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramarthanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sadguru Padarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. So anybody who wants completion healing, please continue to the next session today. From 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. you have unclutched meditation session, signs of unclutching. You can sit in that session, whoever interested. I'm leaving the session now, but you can continue the next session, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Same room, same link, whoever is interested. 6 persons in French room. Okay, how many people in Spanish room? All 6 persons are there on the screen, Dennis? Okay, what about Spanish room? Tell me how many people are there on the screen and how many otherwise. Spanish room. Thanks, Ma, Bhavana, and everyone. In mixer only too. Okay. On the screen you have, Ma? Okay. Got it. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Nityanandam. Let's start the unclutching meditation with Sadguru Vandanam. Om Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusam Tattvamasyaadhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Swamiji is initiating all of us in unclutching as a technique, as a meditation technique. Sit in a relaxed way. Sit within the chair or on the floor. Be comfortable, that's all. Be comfortable. Sit in a relaxed way. Close your eyes and any thought rises in you, decide you are not going to support the thought, you are not going to destroy the thought, you are not going to encourage the thought, you are not going to create a new thought without creating, maintaining, and destruction. Sit and understand, when you don't do the job of Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra, you become Parabrahma. When you don't do the job of creation, maintenance, and destruction, you become one with existence. Now, just sit in a relaxed way, close your eyes, unclutch from every thought. Don't miss a single thought in your inner space. Don't be unconscious. Unclutch from every thought. As thought rises in you, just decide, I'm not going to support it, encourage it. I'll just distance myself from it. I'll just unclutch from it. Just the simple will. I'll unclutch is enough. The thought will lose power over you. After a few seconds, again, some other thought may come. Unclutch from that thought also. Slowly, slowly, slowly. After a few minutes, accept the thought of unclutching. Nothing else will be there. Unclutch from that thought also. Unclutch even from the technique of unclutching. When you unclutch honestly, authentically, your Kundalini energy rises automatically. Your Kundalini is awakened and your body may levitate. Whatever happens, let it happen. Unclutch even from that, from everything. Just be unclutched. Swamiji is initiating all of us into the space of unclutching. Let the unclutching happen in all of us. Don't miss even one thought in your inner space. Unclutch from every single thought, every single idea. Do not create or maintain or destroy a thought. Just be unclutch.
Recording stopped.